Good morning and welcome everybody to this final conference of the project ETERIA. ETERIA is a project supported by the Creative Europe program of the European Union, which started more than 1 year and a half ago in its implementation process, and much before in its elaboration. A project made with a solid partnership here in this final conference. All the partners are gathered for a final presentation of the results, the outputs of the project. So I'm very glad to present the other partners of the project, which are the National History and Archaeology Museum of Constanta from Romania, the North Macedonian Center of International Theatre Institute, PRODUKCIJA from North Macedonia, Theatro Zakynthos from Greece, Augmented and Virtual Reality Lab of the Department of Engineering for Innovation of the University of Salento, and the project leader, the Italian Center of International Theatre Institute. So very glad to be here to present the output, the main outputs of this extraordinary project, which featured the involvement of many cultural operators and many artists from all around the world. Artists not only from the partner countries, but also from Albania, from Burkina Faso, from Finland, from Spain, from Tunisia, from many countries from Turkey, that work together in a long process over the course of 3 international artistic residencies. The project aimed to build up innovative practices in the field of social and community theatre, considering theatre in a wider way and in its social and cultural dimension as related to the communities and to their cultural heritage. In particular, the project was also questioning the role of theatre in the processes of conflict transformation, and how this can be done through audience engagement practices. The first phase of the project, so co-working between artists, cultural, social operators, and experts in digital humanities. It was a long process to put together different competencies, which proved to be able to activate this type of process of opening a field of intervention of theatre in a very wide sense. Then the project continued with a theatre workshop in North Macedonia, coordinated by the North Macedonian Center of E.T.E.R.I.A, and directed by the artistic director of the project, Fabio Togledi. A workshop which crossed also the work of North Macedonian Center of E.T.E.R.I.A on video theatre productions on a specific topic about conflicts, and about a research, a videographic research also on military graveyards of Balkan Wars and World Wars First and Second. So the workshop focused on the memories of the conflicts. Then this crucial topic, which is so important also in the current context of conflict, was developed in the first international residence, which was held in Constanta in Romania, on the Black Sea, which was entitled Crossroads and Borders. Now here you can see some pictures of the first workshop in Skopje, that featured the participation of Macedonian artists and cultural operators. The second residence was, as I was saying, in Constanta, and the topic of conflict was further developed, also through community-centered actions, which we called intercommunity lab actions. An important aspect on the approach to conflict transformation was the work on some female myths, in particular E.T.E.R.I.A for North, for Romania, Mnemosine for Zakynthos in Greece, and Hestia for Italy, Lecce. These are some pictures of the residents in Constanta. These are images also of the archaeological site of Constanta, where the first joint theater production, which was one of the main outputs of the project, was played. Theater production that saw a very strong work of rehearsals with this group of wonderful international artists from all the different countries I mentioned before. The work was developed under the direction of Fabio Tolledi, and the first residence was coordinated by the National History and Archaeology Museum of Constanta. A very intensive work of reflection of the artists, of a very strong personal involvement of the artists, which reflected on the issue of conflict. The topic of this residence was crossroads and borders, because Constanta is a city on the Black Sea, which is really at the crossroads of many different cultures. And the different communities, this will be explained better by Christian Celera, many different communities, cultural minorities were involved also in the activities in Constanta. Then the project continued. These are still pictures of Constanta. The project continued in Zakynthos. And here, specific work was done on the memories of the conflict of Second World War, in particular about the Italian occupation of the island of Zakynthos. Again, the artists were called to develop their artistic work and to present it in an archaeological site, which in Zakynthos was Melinado site, a small community on the hills of Zakynthos, with a very beautiful archaeological site that saw the presentation of the second edition of the joint international performance. In the residencies, many activities were done, not only the rehearsals and the presentation of the theater international production, but also other activities that I was mentioning before inside the intercommunity lab that saw a process of audience engagement. In particular, some activities were through the generations that involved mainly students and younger generations around the topics of conflicts and memories, community telling the stories of the different cultures and of the different layers and aspects of the cultural heritage of the place, and singing memories, which were more moments of conviviality and of where the artists and the people could enjoy together this strong diversity of the cultures. Then here we can see some moments of the co-working sessions which were held in Lecce and which were a crucial part of the project, that were held also at the University of Salento, at the laboratory of augmented and virtual reality, which was another important aspect of the innovative practices that were created in the creative process, which was the contribution of the digital technologies experts. Then, in this very long path, the final artistic residence was held in the south of Italy, in Lecce. The artists again joined together and created the third edition of the performance, which was entitled Combat, Lamentation on the Body of the Slain Enemy, and that was played in the archaeological site of Cavallino near Lecce. Other activities were always made in all the residencies, audience engagement activities, as well as online master classes, which were very important also in the process of also the capacity building of the cultural operators involved and of the artists. Master classes which dealt with three main topics of the project. That is to say, female myth as a common cultural heritage, social practices for the performing arts, and immersive technologies and video techniques for digital storytelling. Now you can see pictures of the final residence in Lecce, with all the artists present to the first presentation of the project. Before giving the floor to the partners, I would really like to thank the artists that engaged themselves so passionately into the creative work. After I will mention all their names. So this, I will not take more time because the things to say are many, and I don't want to take the time to the other partners of the project. And now I'm very glad to give the floor to Ivanka Apostolova of the North Macedonian Center of the International Theatre Institute, to present some main outputs that saw her organization as main responsible for them. Thank you, Ivanka.
Thank you too. It was a great pleasure to be part of this kind of project. For us, it's first project supported by Creative Europe and in partnership with such a strong and inspiring institutions partners. So actually, my presentation is very similar like yours. And just a moment, just to start with the shared screen. Can you see the presentation? Can you see? Okay, thank you. We start with kickoff meeting. For us, it was a great opportunity to discover your hidden treasure, your room in Astragali Theatro with millions of books, media materials who are endless source of inspiration. And me personally, I already had opportunity to enjoy your theater and to through various activities. And also the kickoff meeting was experience important to meet in person the partners, and also to visit Salento AI Technology Lab, where our colleagues show us what are the possibilities through their ongoing projects using the artificial intelligence, augmented reality, video mapping, and similar technologies for in the domain of performing arts and promoting and preserving cultural heritage. So that was additional inspiration, because we, how can I say, it was very important to eat, to drink ideas for the upcoming process in building visual dramaturgy that will end up as final performances. So back to Skopje, actually, we start our open call for local participants. The targeted participants were professional practitioners in theaters, including journalists, including people from literature, from prose and poetry world with interest and experience in theater, and including students from drama academies. So we managed to select almost 20 active participants for the 3-day intensive workshop held by Fabio Toledi. Our local partners for working space were city libraries. Was City Library Braća Miladinovci based in Bunjakovec. In the same time, we also promoted the international open call for participating in international residence. So you can see photographs with Fabio. We managed a short visit to the museum based in French military graveyards in Skopje. And also we visit 2 dervish tekes who are based in Skopje and who are still active with ongoing rituals. Then on my right side, you can see one photo from the 3 days workshop focused on social theaters in Skopje. I think that was very useful. That was very productive intro for the upcoming residents. Back to the international open call based on the applications, the selected actresses were from Macedonia were Filareta Tanasova, Natasha Petrovic, and Simona Spirovska. They actively participated in all 3 upcoming residencies. Then our team, together with Mihailo Apostolov, responsible for video materials, and Vesna Briškovska, responsible for photo documentations, we organized and conducted very detailed visual research of all military graveyards from the First World War based in Macedonia. So we start with Skopje, then we continue in E.T.E.R.I.A, then we continue in Bitola, and in we visit local villages like like Skočevir, Capari, Dobrovo, and we end with Valandovo, and we scouted British military graveyards in Skopje, French military graveyards in Skopje, then even bigger French military graveyards based in Bitola, also German military graveyards based in Bitola, and this location, military graveyards in German graveyards, were our selected location for recording afterwards the video theater project. Then we continue with German military graveyards in Prilep. Then we visited Bulgarian military graveyards in Capari village. Then we go deeper into the south of Macedonia, and we visit Dobroveni village, where Serbian military graveyards are located. And then we continue on Skočevir, one very inspiring village, hardly visited from some humans except locals, 2 families who are living through all year, where in that particular village also Serbian military graveyards are located. Then we went southern near the border with Greece, and we visited Greek military graveyards who are based in Valandova, and very near those graveyards are military graveyards from Ireland, Irish military graveyards, who you can recognize this their tradition of using a lot of Celtic element in the crosses. So all this material was, how can I say, was very resourceful in order to follow the basic topic, conflict, social issues, unknown enemies, borders, victims, etc. So we were using for the upcoming video theater projects also a collection of epitaphs from the Skopje British military graveyards, who were very inspiring for us. And we use them in our upcoming compilation of adapted script used for the video material. Then we choose as additional inspiration Kalesnica, a poetry book written by Svetlana Hristova. It's a very unique, archaic, folkloristic, modernistic, and in same time feministic poetry book written and published in 1970s. So we translated in English language. And also we invited Luna Shalamon, young visual artist and set design, to read the poetry book Kalesnica, and inspired from that poetry book to create 10 experimental drawings. So you can see here some fragments of her excerpts from her collection. And she used various materials, including her personal medicine for curing her cancer, which was additional, how can I say, strong reference of inspiration. In August, we start with our online rehearsals, and we invited Zdravko Stojmirov to act in the male version, or Krieg, the German word for war, to act and perform and to build his character, Soldier in Agony. So these are some photos from the online rehearsals. And then we invited Filareta Tanasova to build her character, Soldier in Agony, for Atsin Selak, or the female version of the very same video. So we use this mirror methodology. Very similar movements, actions were conducted by Zdravko and also by Filareta, but in spite of similarity, they really built completely different atmosphere, ambience, characters, intensity, and layers of pure, with no use of props, pure acting. Here you can see print screens from the promotional trailers at Sinselek and Krieg, who are available all on our website, then available on our social media links. Then these are official posters for promotional posters for Krieg at Sinselek. We made two versions. The one is in English and the other in Macedonian language. Fabio wanted to receive, and I like that also, to receive both versions in order also Macedonian language not to be neglected because of its particular melody, sound. Then I was invited to present our video theater project in the format of masterclass under the title Video Technique for Performing Arts online. It was also a very good intro before we start our collaboration in the first residency in Constanta. So I'm very grateful and thankful because the Salento lab, in collaboration with Fabio, they decided to use fragments, transform fragments from our video theater at Sinselak with Filareta, and to the very same fragments to be used in the context of visual materials through video mapping projected on the archaeological location, chosen for performance, for the final performance in the Orthodox Church, St. Peter and Pavle in Constanța. I think that this location was the most difficult for our performers, but they created a wonderful job. And here we are in front of the very inspiring National Historical Archaeological Museum in Constanța, in collaboration with our wonderful hosts. And in this residence, we were lucky, all three actresses from Macedonia to be present and active. The second residence was in Zakynthos. Unfortunately, Natasha wasn't able to participate, but Simona and Filareta enjoyed and gave all their best in the process. And Melenado was very, very, very enchanting location. And I think the video mapping was very, very dramatic, very emotional in the final performance. Then I show you the Lecce, the final residencies photos from there, where all three actresses were able to participate. And this Melinado culture, the Cavallino ambient was amazing, amazing. It reminded me on the Chirico metaphysics in paintings. Then back to Skopje. Yesterday, we conducted our part of resume of promotional materials under title Eco-Sharing Tour in Skopje in collaboration with Faculty of Dramatic Arts. So here you can see one photo of our Project ETERIA YouTube link, where almost everything that is done from our side is documented, is available, is visible. So we provide photo documentation and video documentation of this activity. And practically we were watching together with audience all these materials, resume promo materials from Lecce, with me talking about the process, talking about details about the importance of cultural heritage implemented in this context, the experience of social theater, the issue of conflict and how we build stories, the importance of this very inspiring secondary female mythology characters. And we receive a lot of questions, and it was very fruitful discussion, so I can share with you the materials afterwards. And back to our video theater project, Krigac in Selak, I created a festival strategy. So currently we conduct that festival strategy, and we are selected on 10 festivals officially, and we already receive 3 honorable mention and 2 awards for special achievement in the domain of experimental theater in various festivals in India, in Lebanon, in UK, in Switzerland, in France. So this story is just beginning. But back to the yesterday promotion of the final performance in Lecce, because a lot of professional actresses were present there. We lobby the final performance by Fabio and the whole team of ETERIA to be part of, if not this year, but the next year official program of Ohrid Summer Festival. It's one of the oldest, the most representative festival, summer festival. And I think it will be a great opportunity for Macedonian audience and also international audience to enjoy these final results. So thank you very much for your for this opportunity, this wonderful collaboration. And I really vote and hope on positive support of our upcoming collaborations and projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ivanka, for your great presentation and for the success also of the video works and for all the engagement you put in the project. It was really important to start with this concept of unknown memories of conflicts. It was really amazing and tragic to see all these graveyards of soldiers, of people who died from so many different countries, unknown human beings which were killed in the war. So thank you very much, Ivanka. And now I am glad to give the floor to the project artistic director from E.T.E.R.I.A Italy, Fabio Tolledi. Thank you, Fabio.
Okay, hello to everybody. Of course, it's not easy to describe the many and different things that we have lived together in this period. It was very, very strong experience, and also is a long experience, and we hope that is another step of our common activities with new and older partners that has worked in this period. And also, you know, the the topic continues to become every day by day, more present. And the dimension of the conflict, of the war in all Europe, in all Mediterranean area, is very, very terrible, very, very terrible. And also, for this reason, our effort has to be stronger and stronger. And also, for example, we can say about the International Theatre Institute also is not easy in this moment because all the cultural institutions are connected with the global situation. And also we know about the difficulties of United Nations to be recognized, that a school under the protection of United Nations were bombed yesterday, and there was a tragic result, killing children and women and so on. And for this reason, our role is very important in this moment, more and more. It's not just a dimension of entertainment, but is something connected with the role to work with the civil consciousness of all the citizens, of the problem that the citizenship in the world in this moment is the big one. But the official speech everywhere is connected with the weapons. It's quite normal to speak about using of nuclear weapon. Is not possible to accept this. We have to find the strength to increase our effort. And also, I'm sure that the model of ETERIA is something connected with a different culture, of different sensibilities, of different heritages. And every day we have to speak to resist about an opportunity of human existence, of a dimension of cooperation, not only like financial opportunities, that also is important, but is the practice of the connection of the women and men everywhere. And also the reason of the title of the final performance is something connected with the need to remain human during the dimension of destruction. If like the image that we are seeing now, the body of Amado with the body of Ermelinda, they came from different heritages, different sensibilities, but also this red wire is something very important. Also, the resistance is something connected with the poetical resistance, always. If we have to speak about the interest, always we are very close to the conflict, because the interest, economical interest mainly, is something connected with the exploitation of everything. And the only resistance that it's possible to recall in each moment is the poetical resistance. Not like something amazing. Of course, we want to work with the beauty. It's important stay in contact with the dimension of the beauty, like another element of resistance. But it's not only cosmetical things. This. It's something connected with the, the dimension of the beauty, like an another element of resistance, but it's not only cosmetical things. It's something connected with the, 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 it's something connected with the deep sense of the existence. And the existence is not only connected with the human being, it's connected with the nature, with the animals, with all the world in which we have to live. Okay, now I think that now we are considering the opportunity to develop more and more, and also the places. I don't like to call a location the place in which we have worked, because it's not a location. The location is a place of the set of the fiction. We have used concrete places connected with the citizens, with the women and men that are living in a place, and the place are connected with a lost memory in a certain way. And also, I think that we have to continue more and more to find a way to create a dimensional intervention in the places, to have to give an opportunity about the mutual understanding, and also the dimension in which we have to resist and resist and resist. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fabio, for giving, as always, your flesh, your all yourself in the work, and for recalling strongly to the responsibility of the artists and their engagement. You could see while Fabio already was speaking the very beautiful pictures from the last performance that we played in April, the archaeological site of Cavallino, which was a wonderful experience for which really I keep on thanking all the artists who passionately gave all their professional visions and their human vision. Thank you, Fabio. And now I am also very pleased to give the floor to Cristian Cialera of the National History and Archaeology Museum of Constanta in Romania, which was also a great partner in the project. Please.
Hello, thank you very much, Roberta. It's a pleasure for me to be at this meeting, and it was a pleasure for us, for our institution, to be part of this project because we learned a lot of things. We collaborated excellent, and we open our minds, and we found a lot of very interesting things. And for me personally, it was an honor because I had the possibility, the opportunity to present some of our work as a specialist in history, but to combine in the same time with your domain, and to understand a few things about art and artistic part, and not but. Also, we understand a lot about cross borders, about relations, about friendship, about peace, and I think the images from the residence will show this. I will share. I will share now. Wait a minute. So I have this. Okay. I hope you see it. It's okay. So it was a long way, yeah. Mr. Fabio has right. It was a long project, but it was very intensive, and we found a lot of things. Now we have images from our residence, the first residence from Constanța, Romania, and it was a pleasure for us to show to the partners why Dobroja has this unicity element, because Dobroja, part of Romania, it's cosmopolitan place with 19 nations, ethnic group at one time, and for us it was always peace. The great powers, military powers, were not so okay in the past, but in Dobroja, we always the ethnic groups were friends, and we didn't had problems. As you see here, we have meeting at the beginning of the residence. We try to speak to the kids, to the young generations, and me and my colleagues, also an architect from Constanta, try to show to the younger generation why it's important to know your history, to know your country, to know your region, and to understand the values, the ethnical values. We talk about buildings, about monuments, but about buildings and monuments who are in Constanta, but who are made in time by ethnic groups. So we had a lot of historical buildings made by Greeks, made by Turks, made by Tatars, made by all the nations who cohabitate here, and we were very happy to see the younger generation is very open to this kind of experience. Of course, our partners arrived, and we were very happy to invite you in our painted hall in our museum. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I used to say it's like a movie, because all of these drawings you see are parts of our history, and it was very beautiful for an artistic act, for rehearsals to be held here with Mr. Fabio Toledi in the center, and all over all the artists being here. Also, we have the press conference in our residence, and our manager, Aurel Mototola, our colleague part in this project, Andrea Andrei, and of course, Mr. Toledi. And we were very glad the press, the journalists were very interested, and they came in large numbers, and they wrote about this experience, and our events were very often published in the journals and on TV and on the radio posts. Also, you have here the intercommunity lab, where we had community telling, and we try to make an example, and we invite members of the ethnic groups, and we have here a historian, Mr. Keramidoglu, who is member of the Greek community. We have a lady from the Armenian community, and also a professor from Tatars community. So we spoke about the importance of friendship, about the importance of unity, because we are united in Dobroja, and Dobroja is, I used to say, the gate between East and West, and all the influence it's gathered here, because we had Greek colonies in the ancient times. We have Romans for 700 years. We have Byzantine Empire, and also we have the Ottoman Empire. So we learn from each period of time, and we tried to share our experience. And on the master class of female mythology, in the painted hall, we had Professor Adriana Câtea, my professor, a specialist in mythology, in female mythology, who share her knowledge to the artist, and she tried to present antique sources, poems, and to explain better the female mythology as the specialists see, because you said earlier in Constanta, Hecate was the person, the most important person we presented, and we tried to explain, we tried to show our artifacts, our ancient artifacts about Hecate and the importance of her cult, because she is the goddess of crossboards, of the crossroads. She is very full of symbols, and we try to understand all these elements of her cult. Of course, we had conviviality, and it was beautiful. I was just like a kid when I saw this, because all the ethnic groups came in our museum and sing and dance. And you can see there are girls in Romanian folklore dress, but also next to them are the Turks and the Tatars. And this is our power. I think this unity. And of course, we had this beautiful site, archaeological site, the Cathedral Archaeological Park, who is next to our modern cathedral, Orthodox Cathedral, Saint Peter and Paul. And what you see, of course, are ancient remains from the Roman times, from 1,600 years ago. And if we try to go back in time, we can realize this is a neighborhood of the citizens. They lived here because we had streets, we had houses. Now we can see just foundations, but I think your choice to choose this archaeological site for the representation, for the artistic representation, was extraordinary. And now the place is more powerful, I think, after this artistic representation, who I think it was unique, because we don't used to made in the past something like that. And of course, the night of the great show with a very beautiful mise en scène. I think I pronounce okay, and a large number of people came to see the show. And of course, we enjoyed very much the other residences in Zakynthos, where we had our representative, and we had our presentation. I was just online, I recognize, but I also I enjoyed to speak about Mnemosyne and about the memory, about the importance of memory, and we try to present something part of historical point of view, to say like this, because we are not so artistic. So I'm not so artistic. And of course, we were in Lecce, a beautiful town in the south of Italy, and we tried to present also from our point of view the importance of Hestia, the goddess who is very important. And I recognize, I told you before, I learn a lot of things, and I think Hestia is a great symbol for us, because she is unity, she is the center, she is the peace, the inner peace. And we try to examine all the faces of Hestia in your residence. This was my presentation. I hope I had the real elements presented, and thank you, Ingrid, my colleague, who put this picture in the winter. You know, Dobroja is beautiful also in other periods, not just in summer when the tourists come to enjoy the beach. And this is a picture from the winter time, and you can see the statue of Publius Ovidius Naso, the Latin poet, who is there, and he is the witness, the millennial witness of our history and of our community. Thank you very much, and I hope I can answer the questions later.
Thank you very much, Christian, for your beautiful presentation and the beautiful contribution of the Museum of Constanta all along the project, which made the link between theater and cultural heritage, both tangible and intangible, stronger and more deeper and more significant for all the artists and operators involved and for the community itself. Thank you, Christian. And now I am very pleased to give the floor to Kostas Kapodistrias, the director of Theatro Zakynthos from Greece, where the second international residence was held. Kostas, are you having problems of connection? Okay, otherwise if Kostas has problems with connection, I give the floor to Carola Gatto, and then Kostas will come later. I'm very glad to give the floor to Carola Gatto of the Augmented and Virtual Reality Laboratory of the University of Salento, Department of Engineering for Innovation. She will speak for all the team, coordinated by Professor Lucio De Paoli, who is also in the Zoom meeting. Thank you, Carola. I see also Sofia Chiarello, and please, Carola, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Roberta. I share my screen first. And I start the presentation. Okay, so thank you to the E.T.E.R.I.A lead partner of ETERIA project, and to all of the partners involved in this project. I'm talking on behalf of AVR team that is coordinated by Professor Lucio De Paoli, and I work in the lab, and I worked for this project with my colleagues Sofia Chiarello and Giada Sumerano, and they are here, so I'm talking on behalf of the group. AVR Lab is a laboratory, the Laboratory of Augmented and Virtual Reality of the Department of Engineering for Innovation of the University of Salento, and for this project is part of the innovation team. The innovation team is for ETERIA. It was the team that was supposed to work with the technologies for the performing arts, and it was coordinated by Fabio Tolledi, the artistic director of the project as well. So about us, we work with the virtual, augmented, virtual, and mixed reality in many fields that are cultural heritage, education, and medicine. And for the ETERIA project, we took part to the 3 different residencies in the 3 countries. So Romania, Greece, and Italy, and we work very close to the artistic group. I will show you some picture of the workflow of our work in this project, and at the end, a small video about the results. So the goals were developing of innovative models in the performing arts, thanks to the co-creation between artists and ICT researchers, to create a site-specific artistic performance in archaeological site. So the integration of the multilingual performance with the extended reality technologies was an important, the main goal, I would say. And how to do this? In which way? We choose some tools and some methodologies in order to achieve this goal. So first thing was to create a strong dialogue between the technologies and the performance itself. We worked close to the artistic group in order to create the digital content and to work on this content, on these contents in terms of projection in an eco-friendly ways. So we exploit some semi-transparent supports that are some screens, but we exploit also some already existing surfaces in the environment that we choose, so the trees, the ruins, as well as the body of the actors and the actresses inside the performance. So the main working step are the ones that you see here in a chronological and logical way. So what we obtained at the end is a kind of protocol of working step in this field. The first step was, of course, the briefing with the artistic group. Here you see some picture of briefing in all of the residencies, in all of the places where we work together, but there were many briefing also online sometimes. And then the location survey that, of course, they were something that we did in once we arrived in that place, but we, thanks to the collaboration with the partner, the host partner, we had the possibility also to have some documentation before going to that place. This is the archaeological site in Constanta, and on the right you can see our projection plan, as well as in Greece, in Zakynthos, with the projection map on the right. And the Museo Diffuso of Cavallino with the map on the left in this case, but mostly you see highlighted the place of the projection, the place of the projector, and that are also the main point of the performance, where the performance happened. So we designed and constructed also the site-specific installation by mixing the surface projection with the screens projection, mainly for Romania and Greece. But because once we arrived in Cavallino, we didn't use screens, but mainly the natural and archaeological surface. The other step was the photogrammetry, thanks to the photo acquisition in Romania, that involved some important object of the museum, mainly around the figure of Hecate. And then the process of photogrammetry that involved the creating of the 3D mesh and the post-production of the 3D of the 3D model, thanks to some software, some technologies that we use normally for archaeological purpose. In this way, we also use some software for the animation of the object for the performance. And then the video editing, as I was saying, for creating the video that are the content that are supposed to be projected over the surfaces. And for Cavallino, we also had another tool to our methodology, that are the sensors that we integrated inside the performance. This is the Kinect sensors that we used in order to get the movement of the hands of the actress and to project some particles effect that interact in real time with this hands movement. That was another important and very interesting goal that we achieved. And of course, at the end, we had to map and project our content. This is something that we did for all of the performances, because as I said at the beginning, they are we are talking about site-specific performance. So each performance needs a mapping phase. And this is the short video, which should be at some point sound, but if it's too strong, let's just tell me and I will turn a bit low the volume. So okay, we are very glad of the opportunity of working in this project, since it developed a very important interdisciplinary dialogue between artists and experts in the field of cultural heritage and applied technologies, but also because it engaged with the local community to involve them in the heritage project, but also in the creation of our content. And then at the end, I would say this project gave us the possibility to explore how extended reality, in particular the special augmented reality, can contribute to eco-sustainability efforts, thanks also to the introduction of some innovative tools such as the sensors inside the performing art field. So you see some video, some clip of the final result. Of the 3 residencies and the 3 performances. This is in particular the sensor, the interaction of the hand. And it was a very important opportunity to enhance the archaeological cultural heritage of those places where we worked. So once again, I thanks the partners and you for your attention. And I'm here for any question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carola Gatto, and to all the team of the AVR lab for presenting this complexity of the relation between digital technologies and performing arts inside specific mode, in trying to go deeper into the research and trying to create a strong connection between the two aspects. Thank you so much. And I don't see Costas. I think there are technical problems. I would like to remind that in Zakynthos you could see pictures. There was a second international artistic residence called Conflicts and Memories, and there specific work was done about the memories related to the Second World War, and with involvement of some associations working on the memories of Greek soldiers during the Italian fascist Italian occupation. And the performance, the specific performance, was played in Medinado, in the archaeological site of Medinado. Here you can see some pictures of the rehearsal space, and I take the chance while these pictures go on to thank all the artists involved in the performance work. I will tell them in alphabetical order: Anna Cinzia Villani, Arodula Marusi, Carla Mazarrota Lopez, Dionisa Giacumelu, Ermelinda Dircai, Filareta Atanasova, Giorgia Givezzi, Giorgiana Masilescu, Amado Tiemtore, Giovanna Capodistria, Kulud Tabet, Clio Avramidou, Laura Jordan, Matteo Mele, Mauro Tre, Natascia Petrovici, Onur Uisal, Remu Sharkip, Roberto Gagliardi, Sanna Toivanen, Simona Spirovska, Simonetta Rotundo. Almost 25 artists working together intensively and sharing deep memories and engagement on the topics we are talking about, and traveling also around Europe, having this strong opportunity. While we see also the beautiful images of the place where the performance was held, which was the site of Medinado, and the beautiful cat as well, I also would like to thank some main collaborators in the project, who were Pierluigi Greco, Ivano Gorgoni, Aurel Mototela, Ingrid Levei, the team of the E.T.E.R.I.A, Lucia De Paulis, Sofia Chiarello, Giada Sumerano, Cristiano Celera, Andrea Andrei, Marina Colucci, Ferruccio Guarini, Giovanna Ciraci, Flavia Antico, Donatella Miglietta, Samuele Zecca, many others. I'm just really mentioning the main collaborators who were involved in the project, but a lot of people participated in it, in the activities. The list would be really too long. And I see these very touching images of Zakynthos, of the rehearsal space, and I am now glad to give the floor to Fabio for final considerations for the conclusions, while these images can continue to go on. Please, Fabio.
Yes, okay. I'm sorry that was not able the contact with the partner from Zakynthos, but okay. Sometimes the technical problems exists and resists, and we hope to continue our common work, that we will continue with the same deep sense of humanistic goal that is present in the Charter of International Theatre Institute of UNESCO. And I think that we need always to relaunch the deep sense and the deep reason of the theater, that is continue to be a very old form of arts, but also deeply connected with the sense of our daily life also in art. Okay, Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fabio. And again, thank you for this beautiful journey that we shared all together. I'm a bit sad that we are at the end of this journey. In these days, also as Ivanka said, there are some dissemination events. Two were held in Zakynthos and in Skopje. The next one will be on the 15th of June in Constanta. And I really hope, and I'm sure we will continue this path together in other ways. And I'm sure the project will build up also sustainable steps to go on and to create further developments of what we have built so far. I'm always very touched when I see the images also, and I hope also the people who followed us could feel and perceive something of the strong engagement of all the project partners, of all the artists involved in the project, all the operators who contributed to the creation of this wonderful journey of ETERIA, a word which is related to the union, to being together, to keep being strong together, resist and react and act together to the violence and the conflict through the art. Thank you so much, and thank you to the people who followed us in live streaming. See you soon.